Welcome. After 40 minutes of recording a video, I decided I want to do it differently. I'm just gonna kind of break down. I mean, I know you see a title. I know what I think I'm naming it. My journey with, hold on, Postherpetic Neuralgia. There you go. That's what I got. I just be saying PHN because who wants to sell those syllables? Like, what's happening right now? So basically, I wrote out a timeline of like mid-July 2021 where I developed shingles to now, like today. So this is like, 4 years. It'll be exactly 4 years in about a week or so to me developing shingles. So I decided to just break the timeline down so there's not like a huge 40-minute video. I'm sure if you like long form content, there will be some, I promise you. Or you could go over to my Mental Grids channel if you want more long form content, because all of that probably will be. So I'm going to just speak on from the beginning to kind of me having to quit my job and doing all the things that happen when you end up in debilitating pain. So I was working a few jobs, but the one that my doctors were like, hey, you should probably at least quit that one. I was working a cleaning job, and I went to work one day, and I was just like, yo, what is that burning and itching I feel? And I was just like, man, what is happening? So I was like, you know what? It's probably just like a spider bite. Like, Washington got big ass spiders. Like, maybe one got in bed with me one night. Like, in my mind, I was like, it's just a spider bite. If I need to go to the doctor or whatever, I'll go tomorrow. And the next day, I was in so much pain. Like, putting on my shirt, it felt like someone was like, just got a razor and was just like skinning me. And I was just like, yo, what is happening right now? So I ended up going to the ER before I go to work because I started to see like the welts, I guess you would call them. I don't know. Because they started to bubble up and get all red and gross. So I was like, oh, what the hell is this? I go to the ER. First person like, oh, chickenpox. I'm like, it can't be chickenpox because I have scars on my face from having them as a kid. And then lady comes in, she's like, oh, you have shingles. And I'm just like, oh, that's crazy because I thought that was for like 50 and up. That's what the commercials were saying. And so she continues to not be helpful and was like, hey, you're allergic to the antibiotic, well, you can still take it. And then when you're 50 in 20 years, you can get the vaccine. So I was like, oh, thanks. You're great at your job. So then the guy comes back in and he's like, hey, what kind of job you work? I'm like, okay, well, I mean, you could be better in a day, you could be better in a week, it could be a month or so, but you might not want to go to work, and you might need to quit your job if it gets worse or take some time off. And I don't know why they were doing this back and forth. It's just different information. But then the lady comes in again, and I was like, since he didn't give me like a super clear answer, I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to ask her at this point. But she was like, oh, no, you can go to work. You'll be fine. But I'm like, you also told me to take stuff I was allergic to. So I just wasted my breath right now. So I leave. They tell me cold packs and Tylenol or something like that. And time goes on. I go to a doctor after it like starts to scab up. And they put me on gabapentin and naproxen. Both not helpful with the pain. All they did was like dry me up. Like it looked like I hated lotion and water, and like I was like, I'm done with that. So then I was dealing with another condition, and I was like being prepped for going through physical therapy so I could heal after I had surgery easier. And so I end up having my surgery gets postponed because at the time I was supposed to go out there, but one of my surgeons was pregnant, and if you have shingles, you're not supposed to be around pregnant people. And so that all got delayed, and I didn't have my surgery until October, like the end of October 2021. And that's when one of the nurses suggested heat, and I was like, oh my God, I feel like you just kind of saved my life, because why is it no one recommended this, and it's the only thing that has been helpful to me this whole time. Not no cream, not no pill, nothing, just heat. And I was like, of course. After that, I tried a whole lot of stuff after I was like getting healed up from my surgery, and then physical therapy again. So from the beginning of 2022 until July 2023, went to all different doctors. They were unprofessional, not helpful. It just walking in like, oh wow, pretty much like, oh, you're fucked up, huh? I'm like, oh, what is all this on your back? Because my back has been scarred up since a kid. So when doctors see my back, they're like, so you said the shingles are right here? What is all this? I'm like, I said the shingles are right here. Quit asking all these questions. You ain't a dermatologist. Dealing with a lot of unprofessional people, just people not being helpful. I was like, I'm gonna try a holistic doctor. I have to start trying other stuff because none of you people are doing anything for me. So thankfully, my physical therapist, she suggested massages. And so I found someone that gave lymphatic massages and deep tissue, and I would just switch in between. And that was very helpful for me at the time, especially because I had been taking a whole bunch of medications and stuff. So the lymphatic massages helping me, all the drainage and getting all the toxins out of my body and all of that. And tried acupuncture a few times. I think I only did it maybe like 3 times. So I'm not sure if that would be helpful. I definitely want to try again just to see. I tried a chiropractor. That was a painful experience. But I'm thinking maybe it was just that person. And so I'm looking at my notes and I'm writing out of line doctors. One holistic doctor I went to see, he just kept wanting to give me B12 shots in my butt, even though I was just like, those weren't helpful. My butt just hurt for 3 days and nothing happened. I like the dissolvable little tablets. It tastes like orange. Please and thank you. That was a mix of iron, and I don't know if the iron really did much because I just got low iron, I guess, but the B12 was very helpful. Fast forward to July 2023, where I've already decided that I'm about to leave Washington. The last doctor I go and see, he prescribed me baclofen, and then was just like, hey, maybe this could help, but honestly, no regular doctor is gonna be able to help. You need to go see a neurologist. And I was like, why have none of you said this to me these last couple of years? Like, neurologist, I got nerve pain, no one's gonna recommend that to me. I don't know. I ain't a doctor. I mean, I practice medicine on myself like I am a doctor, though, because they be messing up. So I'm like, I might as well just, kind of like doing your own hair, like cutting your hair so you can't be mad if someone else messes it up. Listen, if I do something when I die, cool. Like, I'm not, honestly, at this point, I'm really not tripping. Not like I want to be in my body. This shit hurt. I know I can go dark real quick. Well, it's not dark to me, but I know the other people's like, yeah, you're morbid, but that's just like, that's my reality. That's part of the natural part of life. So don't be alarmed by any of that talk. So yeah, holistic doctor, not really feeling him. I do want to try to find another one. I did get I tried Reiki like twice. The first time it was someone that was just starting to practice it, but that's a whole nother story that I would like to talk about, probably on my other channel though, because it's more like on some spiritual stuff. The second time I tried it, or I had a Reiki session, I was about to like real shit. I was just like, oh shoot, like I actually felt, I don't know how to describe what I felt, but the lady made me cry and then told me to hug a tree. Which anytime I go up to hug a tree, there'd be a spider on it, and I'm scared of spiders, so I've yet to hug a tree. I'm gonna do it. I take walks all the time. I should find a tree to hug, but man, there be bugs, man. I be trying to get connected with nature and the earth, but that'll be the last part of it, is these damn bugs, nigga. And they're even bigger down here, nigga. I be, Anyway, see, there's so much like mental and spiritual and physical and emotional things that like I was going through all of this, that I want to go more in detail with. It's just, yeah, I want to kind of not be all over the place right now. I'm very thankful for that last doctor, because he was like, hey, a neurologist, buddy. So shout out to him. But that being said, I moved to another state a week later, and I will be speaking about that in IS part 2. I'm leaving out quite a few details, but because I am going to be doing other content to kind of get deeper into it, I'm just gonna keep it more surface level right now. I'm a neurologist. I'm not gonna go into details of that whole experience right now, because that's gonna go into advocating for yourself and taking other people to your doctor's appointments with you, because doctors be weird. But I will say, the neurologist, he was at least good for one thing, which was prescribing medication that worked for me. And when I say worked for me, I'm still in constant pain, like, but it's just not as bad. Like, and I do have some days where I like don't experience a whole lot of pain, which those are great days, but some days it still hurts to like shower and do anything. So still in the process of figuring all that out, but yeah, pain has actually ended up being a really great teacher. One of my favorite teachers, actually. So I'll also, of course, get more into that, but I just wanted to give like a kind of short timeline of my journey with PHN. I was about to start to pronounce it again. Screaming black. So yeah, instead of you guys listening to me struggle to pronounce something I've been dealing with the last 4 years, I'm going to end this video. Thank you for watching. There will be more to come.